Hello guys and welcome back to a brand new match preview here on the channel. My name is James and today we're going to go ahead and sit down and talk to you guys about Reading's upcoming fixture against Shrewsbury Town. Now, if you go back just a couple of months ago, you would have seen me calling for Ruben head after Reading surrendered a 2-0 lead away at Shrewsbury and lost the game 3-2 thanks to two 90th minute goals. The loss sat Reading bottom of the table on just 7 points. Fast forward a few months later and Ruben has massively turned it around and my opinion has massively changed of the manager. If he was any other manager at any other League One club, Ruben would have been sacked. But a little bit of luck was on his side with the fact that he is managing Reading and that the ownership don't really care about the club and the interests of what's best for football at Reading Football Club. But Ruben has turned it around massively. So I've got to say a big fair play to him as we go into this fixture, as in my opinion, decent favourites. Now, going into this fixture, Shrewsbury are on pretty poor form themselves. So we take a look at their results on screen. Since December the 16th, they ended up losing 3-0 to Portsmouth. They lost 2-1 to Peterborough. They lost 2-0 away at Cheltenham. A 1-0 loss away at Burton Albion. They then ended up winning 3-1 at home to Fleetwood before a 1-0 loss against Stevenage. A 2-1 loss against Peterborough. A 2-0 win against Northampton on the 27th of January was their last win, before a 2-1 loss against Cambridge, a 1-1 draw against Derby, a 1-1 draw against Barnsley, and finally their last game, a 1-0 loss against Wigan. So as you can see, just 2 wins since December the 18th. The two teams' forms are have massively drastically changed. Now, when you go ahead and take a look at Shrewsbury's home and away records, we'll focus more on the away record as that's where Reading are playing them on Saturday. 16 games played, 3 wins, 3 draws and 10 losses for Salops, with 7 goals scored and 24 conceded. Now, that's something that I really want to focus on, is the lack of goals scored and quite a few goals shipped away from home. It sits them on a minus 17 goal difference, and that's something that's going to be really hard for Shrewsbury in this fixture, as Reading coming into this one currently sit top of the home form table over their last 6 games. 5 wins and 1 draw in that time has seen Reading top the table with 16 points taken from 6 games at home, with 11 goals scored and 3 conceded. Now, we touched on Shrewsbury failing to score goals. Well, that is evident in away games as they failed to score in 10 out of 16 away games, leaving them at 63% with them not scoring at home. And that is also something to touch upon, as Reading's defensive record at home is so much better than it is away from home. As you can see, David Button has only kept 8 clean sheets for the season, but ranks amongst second in goalkeepers for clean sheets kept at home, as he's kept 7 clean sheets at home. Now, in terms of Shrewsbury scoring goals, you can see that they only average a 0.94 expected goals away from home. Again, I think it's quite important to touch upon this, as like I said, Reading defensively at home have been more than solid, and scoring goals isn't an issue for Reading at the Select Car Leasing Stadium. Now, is this going to be something where Reading are going to absolutely storm Shrewsbury? I don't think so. I think it's going to be a very, very similar game to the Port Vale one. I think it's going to be a game where Reading are going to have to try and break down this Shrewsbury defence, and more in the second half, Reading are going to get a lot more opportunities to attack and be able to create a lot more chances. Now, something that Shrewsbury's failed to do regularly is score goals, and obviously we did just touch upon that, but having a look at individual performances, their top goal scorer is Daniel Odoa with just 5 goals this season. Cheyenne Dunkley then sits on second with 4, and Jordan Shipley has 3 himself. So like we said, not good travellers are Shrewsbury, and this should be something that Reading take advantage of. Like I said, I do think Reading should be favourites for this game, and I really do think that a win will come our way. Now, in terms of starting 11s, what would I go with for this fixture? Personally, I'd just make one change from the lineup that played against Port Vale in midweek. I think the back 5 should stay the same, with David Button, Clinton Mola, Amadou Mbenge, Tyler Binden, and Andy Yeardon playing across the back 4. I think the one change should come in midfield, with Charlie Savage replacing Michael Craig. I said in the Port Vale game that Michael Craig didn't really do anything wrong in the first half, but I really thought Charlie Savage should have started from the get-go. He came on in the second half and Reading were able to play much better, played with a lot more fluidity. Not that Michael Craig did anything wrong in the first half against Port Vale, but I think the game, when we play these bottom half of the table teams, I think the game is better suited to Charlie Savage compared to Michael Craig. I feel like there'll be a lot more attacking to do in the team, and that's Charlie Savage's strength if we're being completely honest. So the one change in the midfield I would make is Savage coming in for Craig. Obviously Nibs and Wing continue to play in that midfield position, arguably Reading's two best players this season. Ehibachiman and Aziz will continue to play out on the wings with Sam Smith playing up front. Now I do think Reading are going to get another victory in this game. I'm going to go with a 2-0 win once again. I can see two 2-0 wins back to back from Tuesday and Saturday before Reading get a nice little break with 7 days in between this fixture and the Carlisle game. That's going to be it for this video today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. My name's been James, and we hope to see you all again soon for our match review of the Shrewsbury game on Saturday. Thank you very much for watching. My name's been James, and we'll see you all in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.